He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Utah Utes offense will get the first crack at it here. They recruit against each other. They live next door to each other in the case of the fans, and that's why this is an intense rivalry.
Intense, and it doesn't matter. They've been in the same conference. They haven't been in the same conference. They've been independent. They've been all over the place with this. But you know what it is? It's a game that matters every single year to both these universities.
You're right, David. They always just seem to find each other, right, on the collision course. And BYU-Utah, to me, is one of the most physical games in all of college football every single year. And you know this one's not going to be any different.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Utah has been wielding bragging rights after blowing out the Cougars the last time they met.
Yeah, last year was Utah making the big plays offensively. Defensively, they put the clamps down, David. Can they put a complete game together again?
And BYU making the mistakes. They don't usually make mistakes. Now, in a big rivalry game, can they be more physical and go meet that Utah challenge?
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So BYU's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Smith wants to throw. They've got the screen set up. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, BYU! A great catch and run for 6.
And what did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting into rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the ball. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Grabbed in the middle, it's done. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. The Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for space. It's done. They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd...
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Utah! Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. Touchdown, Utes! Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. You know, the defense is all about stopping teams, but when you have a chance to swing momentum, scoop it and score yourself, it is such a huge play.
Yeah, you just go over to the offense and be like, bro, we don't need you today. We got this. We'll score ourselves if we have to. Great job by the defense, doing what they need to do, and then go talk a little trash to the offense.
And the point after is good.
Utah 14, BYU 7.
They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the big fella. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The Cougars will hustle to the line.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch.
And he gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires deep on the run. Makes the catch down the right side. Afterburner's coming. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Cougar!
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Lining up to add another. Right down the middle. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they could not have finished with more style. An 86-yard touchdown pass. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back back and forth. I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Makes his connection. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. New set of downs after that completion.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Fires to the tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football.
He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
Well, the problem with the play-action game is that it forces the QB to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer to allow some of these plays to develop. And, of course, that gives this defense longer to get after it.
And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. And the Utes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. On the run, still looking. He chucks one out to the right. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Smith dropping to pass. Finds the tight end. Turns it on in midfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. BYU lines up quickly.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They'll throw it on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. This clash dates all the way back to the late 1800s and is carried on through days of independence, changes in conference affiliation, but the constant is disdain and contempt for the other. Grabs it inside the 15, and he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah!
I'm a play caller nowadays, man. I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Ready to try the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Indiana is on the wrong end of a steel-toed boot today. This is one of those performances we simply do not see from this program. Embarrassing. They're trailing by 14 to Penn State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this run.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
The give from the gun. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Smith wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Running back goes in motion. To the air on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit, and nifty pick up there. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. BYU right back to the line. Going up top on first down. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Cougar. And they take it in for 6 more points. How about that quarterback taking his shot downfield and delivering to the wide open receiver?
I love this quarterback because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with it. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got some room to run. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, BYU!
That quarterback's in zone coverage. They have to see it, and they have to manipulate defenders, and they don't. You could tell the middle linebacker reading his eyes the whole way, breaks on the football, and then turns into an offensive player and takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen that want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest, makes them realize they got to play the run too. Great play call.
He'll set up to throw. Fires to the big fella. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. The Utes will bring the punt team onto the field. Oh, the fake. They snap him to the up end. He's on the move. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. They tried to catch him napping on that fake, but turns out they were wide awake. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Cougars want to move quickly.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different...
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Finds a man in the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. He's going to pass. Gets it out quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Smith dropping to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. And they decide to trot out the kicker. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just
Looking to take a shot. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
The O-line gets an attaboy for that play. How about the time they gave their quarterback? Beautiful pocket. They allowed him to survey the field, find his open guy. This offensive line, they are gelling early.
He's not afraid to go deep. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
When I'm an offensive coach, I'm going to take shots. I'm going to take those 50-50 balls, and most of the time I'm going to trust my wide receiver to come down with it. The defensive back said, no, sir.
Throws for the tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do. But over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
Looking to scramble. And here's the third interception of the night.
The pass on
Would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23. First down here for the offense. From the gun, running back on the move. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. BYU lines up quickly. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback moving. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Got his man on the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Running it back, it's done. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Moving out of the pocket. He'll fire to his right. And it's caught inside the 25. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And the Utes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They go to the draw. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to throw on 2nd down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Here comes the field goal unit as he'll try to get the 3. Not a chance. Missed it. Guys, that field goal could loom large. Missing an opportunity to get within a touchdown. We're still sitting on a 10-point game. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last few. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
A loss of 8 yards.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. The give on the inside. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. The give to the tailback. Open space at the 25. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And the Cougars with the 1st and 10. Smith wants to throw. Got his man in the middle. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Wide out in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away.
Number 16 in punt formation to kick it away.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
You've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it in halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. And they get the sack right out of the gate.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got 2 guys on him.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. One more play before the teams head to the locker room. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, between the coaches who have matched wits in this game and the players and the unforgettable moments, BYU Utah is must-see TV, and today is no different. And it'd be easy to say these 2 offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far, and you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics.
The Utes will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Backing up on the first 2 plays now to try to throw it in drive on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. BYU right back to the line.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Finds space on the right. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment on this big...
Hits him in stride at the 10. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, BYU! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. They'll run it from the gun.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Picked off. Got room on the return. The 40. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talk about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35. The Cougars in the hurry up. Smith dropping to pass. Quickly complete. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Fourth down coming up.
Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. They'll try to pick up the first. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run. And you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Steps away to find some room. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there. Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. A little screen to the running back. Still running at the 40. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
And the Utes will snap it on 1st and 10. The aerial assault continues. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Offense gets set for 2nd down. The play action fake. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Dances away. He's going to take off. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
At the 26-yard line. And first down for the offense.
He's looking to throw it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
We've seen throughout this drive success for the offense when they've been running the quarterback. Finally, though, the defense got it right. Everybody played their assignment. They honed in on him, and they got a big stop.
On the run, fires downfield. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no forward to it. They've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Looking to go up top on first down. It's complete. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Cougar! And the route is on. Shades of the Lavelle Edwards era as BYU is flexing its muscle and building a lead.
Jim McMahon is smiling somewhere. BYU and the explosive plays offensively, that's why they're lighting up the scoreboard.
And the Cougars always dominate the line of scrimmage. You can always count on that. But listen, in this matchup with Utah, you usually don't see Utah get dominated up front. BYU bringing that physicality.
And the coverage team gets to return it on the ground. Utah has it back in the offense coming onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score.
The expressway is wide open. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. They're bringing heat. Hit as he throws. Complete to the right. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. It's first down from the 11. The toss sweep to the right. Touchdown, Utes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How about this? These guys are going for 2. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down. This is a great start to getting back in this ball game.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Watkins. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. BYU lines up quickly. Smith wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Sometimes you'll hear guys derisively say, well, he just piles up numbers. When the number gets close to 450, that's worth doing.
And that's why they throw it as much as they do, because they've got a difference maker playing the quarterback position. He gives them a chance to be explosive and light up the scoreboard.
Second down after that incompletion. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. On second down, wants to throw. Gets away from one. Going to try to get it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Offense in the hurry up. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And midfield, he's got room. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. And he intercepts it. A big turnover here for the defense to end the quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. First down to start the drive after the break. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Now he's going to break the pocket. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Now, sometimes the hardest completions for quarterbacks are the ones where guys are wide open. You don't have to throw it any faster trying to get it to him quickly because you know he's so wide open. Like on that last play, just take your steps, throw in rhythm, and just throw a catchable ball.
This time it's complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The offense in hurry-up mode.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
The Utes have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he wants it all. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest to deepest, widest to widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the pass, so I got to keep them in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
They'll go to the ground. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Moves around to clear up the vision. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. Because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving this stadium with an L.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. They'll throw it on 1st down. He looks that one in nicely. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. BYU right back to the line.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
That's it, 5. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Here's the handoff. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars. And the beatdown has ensued. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Dances away from the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Now adjusting. He'll pull it down. Finds a little space. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defense.
They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. Unloads to the right. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with the first down. And the Utes want to crank the tempo.
First and goal, Utah.
Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Utah! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 6.
And they'll try to tack on 2.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Smith dropping the pass. Wide open downfield. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They're still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Now the offense trying to operate in the red zone. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back has it. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. BYU lines up quickly. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Lining up to convert 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on second down. Looking for a huge play. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Bringing it back. Not only made the pick, but he also made up some ground and took it back to the 38. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here.